Well, I'm back. I'd like to say good evening to everyone who's on right now. Those who may be coming on, I want to say, wish that your family is well. Blessings and peace unto you. And, today's topic stems from a post that came across um, or just came to my attention. And the post is very interesting. The post simply says, strongly considering leaving Prince Hall Masonry. I believe it has lost its way. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to reverse that question and ask, has Freemasonry lost its way? Have those members of this fraternal order that we call Freemasonry lost their way? Prince Hall, PHO, has been around for a very long time. You must give credit where credit is due. Prince Hall, PHA, and PHO has been around for a very long time. Two well established organizations. And kudos to their members and the work that they do. So this is not a bashing moment to any organization, to any one organization, especially to PHO. This is not a bashing moment. This is an enlightenment moment to where we can actually reflect and look in the mirror and ask the question, not just has Prince Hall Freemasonry lost its way, but has Black Masonry lost its way? That is truly the question. How many of you are considering leaving Freemasonry because you're not getting the education, you're not getting the support, you're not getting the needed information in order to make yourselves better individuals within Freemasonry? How many of you are asking that very same question of your own organization? Like I said before, this is not a time to bash on Prince Hall. This is not a time to bash on International or Modern Free or John G. Jones, any of the labels that you want to put on Black Masonry. This is not a time to bash on them, but this is a time to really begin to sit and reflect upon who we are and what are we planning on doing. What has Freemasonry done for us and what have we done for Freemasonry? This is that grand opportunity to take a serious look at Freemasonry. When you have individuals from various jurisdictions who may be considered leaving the organization, you have to ask yourself why. What are we not doing? Because I can tell you this from my own personal experience, that there are members within various jurisdictions that are jumping over to other jurisdictions, be it Modern Free joining PHA, PHA joining Modern Free, PHO joining PHA, PHA joining John G. Jones, whatever. We know that membership moves. Those very individuals from very different jurisdictions move. They do. This is not new. But we have to ask ourselves, has Freemasonry lost its way? How Black Masonry lost its way? This is not a bashing moment, but this is an enlightening moment, a time to be able to reflect and really strive to really let your light show. See, most of us have the Masonic wear on our bodies. But to have the wear and not be able to shine the light is totally two different things. We must be able to shine the light as we wear the light. You talking about people of light. See, darkness can't stand light. See, light penetrates everything. Light gives a person the opportunity to see that which is before them. When a person is in darkness, they can't see. So the question remains, has Freemasonry lost its way? Why can't we, as Masons, help to raise a people from a dead level to a living perpendicular? We're supposed to have the light, the knowledge, and the know-how of how to go into situations and circumstances with a man, with a woman, and help her to come up to be an example of how a sister, a woman, a wife, a mother supposed to be. We have the light and knowledge of being that organization of men who can help a better man become a good man. Now, mind you, he's already there. But it's something about the knowledge that we're supposed to have, the light that we're supposed to shine, that is supposed to illuminate that person. Has that light been dimmed because we've not been able to reflect the very thing that we say that we are part of and that we love so much? What has happened to the light of Freemasonry and the order of the Eastern Star? What has happened? And if the light is dim where you're at, you have to ask yourself, why is that light dim? What am I doing here where the light is dim? No man should be any place where the light is dim. And if he's there, he should be able to reflect. And his light should shine so bright that others may see him in darkness as well as in light. Because you know that there's some light that shine brighter than other lights. I'm just saying. Some of us have dimmers on our cars, and some of us ride around with our lights so bright we blind other people. I'm just trying to put it in such a way to we have to stop for a moment behind the curtains and see if your light is dim. And if your light is dim, maybe you have to change some of the bulbs in there just so it can brighten up a little bit more. Maybe your energy is not able to lift up the next person. Maybe when you walk into a room and it's full of so much light, to your light just be dim. You have to ask yourself that. Today, as we sit and reflect and just think about that which lies ahead of us, we have to realize that is this.
We set out to design a stealthy electric bike.
Hold on.
One so sexy you couldn't tell it's electric. Job.
There you go. We have to be able to set out and see if this is something that we can connect with. What is it about us? So before I go any further, you know what? This show doesn't happen. It's you, the subscribers, it's you who come on to support, and we want to say thank you. I mean, from 2012 to 2015, he was elected and served as the Right Wishful Deputy Grand Master of the Most Wishful Smooth Ashlar Grand Lodge of Georgia from 2015 to 2016. Very dynamic book. I wish him well and blessings to him and his family. But this book right here says a lot about the Freemasons in Georgia. Thank you, Brother Butcher, and I appreciate it. And he gave me a big shout out in his book. And I want to say thank you. He says to Brother Tony Hawkins, you are indeed a force in Freemason to be reckoned with. Please, pleasure to know you. Thank you, and I appreciate that, brother. I really do, from me to you, and I wish your jurisdiction well. So as we continue tonight, we're talking about Freemasonry. Has Freemasonry lost its way? And I'm talking specifically to the Black Masons, predominantly Black Grand Lodges. I'm talking specifically to you because we're supposed to be the light bearers, the light bringers to our community. And then a lot of people may say, well, Freemasonry is, that's something we're supposed to hold dear. Yes, we hold it dear. We do hold it dear. But if I have light and knowledge about information, about things that can help somebody, why should I hog it and keep it to myself? Why can't I share that information to help the other brother to become a better man? Lift him up. Why can't I do that? And I find within our African American community, amongst us, some of us like to just hog and hold on to information and don't want to share it. That's what we do. But tonight we're going to explore the light and the rays of Black Masonry and how we're able to stop the how we're able to plug the membership so we can grow. I'm not just talking about John G. Jones Grand Lodge of California growing. I'm not talking about just PHO growing. I'm talking about Black Masonry growing. But in order for us to grow, the first thing we have to do is to begin to respect each other and stop tearing down each other. I would imagine that some people thought tonight I was going to come in and try to dog Prince Hall out and say that they're losing membership and this. And no, it ain't that type of show. This show is about building. It's about making sure that we as Black Masons build. Now, some of you may not too much care for me and the way I do things, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with me. The process is, can we build? Can we grow? Can we expand? Can we move beyond the boundaries that is set before us by other people? That's the thing I'm looking for. If you cannot build, if you cannot grow, if you cannot go past that which is before you, then you're going to be stagnated. And right now, I can clearly say some jurisdictions are stagnated. You are truly stagnated because you depend on someone else to identify you. I'm just going to leave it right there. Like I said, this ain't a bashing thing. This is about uplifting. And there are some jurisdictions you just refuse to admit. You just refuse to admit that there are other jurisdictions just as legitimate as you are. There are some ancient, free, and accepted Masons Grand Lodges, and I know who you are. You're not operating accordingly. So I may speak to you. I will definitely show you respect out of the Brotherhood of Freemasonry. But as far as me coming to deal with you, visiting you, when I know you are not right and you're not doing right by your membership, I won't do that. But that's of my own free will and accord. And that's what it is. But we have to start really taking a really serious look at Freemasonry. I'm going to say this. Brother Raymond Edwards, Grand Master of Kings Grand Lodge out of New Jersey, ancient, free, and accepted Mason. That brother is going forward along with many other Grand Lodges of the ancient, free, and accepted Masons. We have now established the Grand Masters Alliance, which we are now connected in several states across the United States, where we have formed this this brotherhood to where we communicate and make sure that everyone is on the same level, the same page. It's a done deal. So when people say, what happened 4 years ago when those Grand Masters of the General Grand Masonic Congresses met in Chicago 4 years ago, what happened with that movement? Well, you know what? Sometimes other people have to come in and pick up the movement. And I would say to my brother Raymond Edwards, he's come in and picked up the movement. He said it won't stop here. So therefore, he has formulated and he has called about and really galvanized several jurisdictions across the United States, over 20 jurisdictions across the United States of the Black, ancient, free, and accepted Masons have been able to come together and galvanize and says, this is what we want to do. So we are moving forward. So for those of you and those naysayers and doubters who thought it wouldn't happen, yes, we're making it happen. We are making it happen. So we're moving forward. So I'm about 16 minutes in. I'm just going to kind of go back and check out and see what's happening here tonight. Oh, my goodness.
What's happening?
Oh, my goodness.
What's
My boy from Mississippi
What's
is
happening,
up
baby?
in the house.
You live?
Well, yeah, I'm live,
Oh, man, what up, Mr. Red names? Just in time, baby.
This is my deputy grandmaster right here.
What's happening?
What's going on with you, brother?
Man.
Eric Sutton.
Trying to get it in. How's it going, brother?
Brother, it is all good, man. You know, it's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good.
Hey.
You don't know nothing about that.
What?
Oh, What did he fall? Did he hurt himself? What's going on back there?
What's the topic today?
Oh man! So the topic today is that I came across somebody. I'm in a group.
Mhm.
I'm in a group called the Prince Hall Connection, right?
Yeah.
So it came to my attention that a brother said that he was considering leaving Prince Hall Freemasonry because they lost their way. Now I said this to say that I believe that Freemasonry in general has lost its way. Yeah, it is. Trust me.
Growing?
No, it's your jacket from 5 years ago.
Okay.
Which side was I supposed to check?
Just both sides. Just flip the meat. Just flip the meat.
Oh, it's done.
Oh well, you can take
What
it
you
out.
mean?
Then.
You already biting in.
Go ahead.
That ain't your child. Boy.
Go ahead. Go on, girl. Go on. We so we're talking about grand lodges and jurisdiction losing their light, where members feel that, hey, you know, this may not be for me. So I'm not just focusing in on Prince Hall. I'm focusing in on Black Masonry.
All right.
So the ideal is, you know as well as I know, in this jurisdiction, we do things a little bit differently than everybody else. We just do.
Oh, we grown folks out here.
So, you know, people often talk about lodges and grand lodges, and I'm going to share this. See, I have a copy of the Grand Lodge of England ritual. I have a copy of the ritual. Oh yeah, I do. I really do. I have a copy of the ritual. And I could tell you, in their ritual, it is different than Leicester's. It's different than Duncan's. It's different than any American ritual. It's different. It's their ritual. And the words they say are different than what we say. Now, you could sit in their lodge, and because of the similarities, you may be able to put something together. Mm-hmm. But you just ain't going to say, where they open the Bible at, it's not on where you opening it at. I'll tell you that right now. You're going there talking about some inner apprentice. Now, I would say this. In the inner apprentice degree, if you're here in America, you know where it's open at. If you're over in England, it ain't open in there.
Well, you got to be careful, because a lot of times it's supposed to be on a particular verse, but it doesn't have to be. It's all about the square and the compass. So you have to pay attention to that as well.
Absolutely. And that's very important. So we can go back and forth with these different things, but let's really take a look at why Freemasonry has lost its light. Let's really take a look at why Freemasonry is in the condition that it's in these various jurisdictions. Why you don't travel, why you don't do the work that you should do. Let's really take that look.
Because y'all still going to the east.
So let's have this conversation that Deputy Grandmaster Eric said.
Who we got?
Why do you think that Grand Lodges have lost their way? Why do you think that?
My honest opinion?
Give me your honest opinion.
Yeah, people in leadership has been in 20 and 30 years and don't know anything and trying to hold on to what they have. I also believe that it's kind of watered down. You guys have like this fraternity or sorority type attitude, like, if it ain't my way, it's your way. So a lot of times, we turning green like a fat
No. It's a glitch in the internet somewhere. But go ahead.
But yeah, I think majority of the members, there's a fraternity type attitude. If I'm not part of the West Coast, then nothing else exists. But I think it comes from the hierarchy. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. So some of the elder members that are in there are brainwashing these brothers to think certain ways, and they're actually clueless. And the last thing is, y'all charging too much money for all these different degrees, and ain't really teaching nothing. And I'm gonna let that be.
No, don't let it be, because what happens is you have brothers and sisters that are out there that are part of the Eastern Star, that are part of the Masonic organization. And I'm talking specifically to the Black Masons. It's not about your jurisdiction. I'm talking specifically to you. And I'm saying that to say this. When I look up here and I read in the chat, brother said, he says, greeting brothers of the craft, sisters of the order. Oh, okay, most universal Grand Lodge. Thank you very much, out of Louisiana. Appreciate you. But that was something that a brother said. Are you okay? He was saying that I guess he was trying to give me the breakdown on who came first. I'm not really concerned about who came first. PHO, PHA, John G. Jones, Modern Free International. I'm not really particular about who came first. What I'm talking about is the growth of Black Masonry. Why do brothers and sisters consider leaving this great institution of Freemason? When you call yourself, you say you got light. But when you walk in the room, your shit's so dim to people look at you with the left eye. You have no light. You have nothing to offer anybody if your light don't shine bright. You know, there's different degrees of light.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at the sun and the sun will make you close its eyes. When a car is driving down the freeway and the light is on high beam, you have to kind of turn away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different degrees of light. And if your light is so dim, until when you walk into a room, nobody knows you. Nobody considers you to be anything other than a guest in the room. Then it should tell you something about your energy. That should tell you something about the light that you carry in you, because a lot of you keep talking about the kingdom of heaven and looking in the sky when it's in you.
Damn it, that you guys are not being taught that.
See, I just find that a lot of Masons, when you begin to really break down a lot of esoteric background into Freemasonry, beyond the symbols. See, when you look at the symbols of Freemasonry, you don't look behind the symbols and what they're teaching you. You look and subscribe to the fact that, oh yeah, operative Mason said the squares for this, but as a speculative Mason, I use it for this. But you don't use it for that, because if you did, your light would shine. If you did, you would be able to show fruit.
If
you can't show fruit.
If you did, you wouldn't be downgrading other brothers, as you guys always do. I mean,
absolutely.
Let's just be real about it. So when you say who's first, I really have a question about this. Does it really matter who's first? And if it does, do you have something that's making every aspect of your life way better than mine and Brother Hawkins? Because if you don't have that, really, I'm so tired of people saying, oh, it came from this, oh, we're first, so you guys are not recognized. You're not recognized either. I don't recognize you, and neither do white Mason. So it's all the same. You guys got to realize it's 666 different religions, more than one sect of the Masonic order. So just because you want to know who's first, just show me the paperwork where your life is way better than mine, and you can just whisper it out and it come to you, and then I'll join your craft. But if you can't do that, I care where it comes from, but I'm not concerned about that, because you're too concerned about where it comes from, you're not using in your daily life.
Absolutely. And I check this scenario out. Let me see how I want to word this. White Masonry, I'm just going to put it out there to you like this here. Them boys, they got power. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. Them white boys, and I'm saying it just like this, and there's no disrespect to them of how I'm saying this. I'm saying strictly that they will power. They will power.
They're not talking about, hey, you seen that little dog?
See, let me tell you a story. This is a true story, and I'm not going to call no names. But there is a white Mason that I know. And what he did, and I found was very interesting, is what we should do. He's in a position to where he was able to give his white brother a $30,000 contract. He has a contract to build, a house, right? He has a contract to build a house. Now, it must have been worth a lot of money. He gave the wiring part of the contract to wire the house, which was worth $30,000, to his Masonic brother that lived across the street from him because he felt on hard times. See, it wasn't even people. I'm just trying to tell you, if you have that type of whip, it says a lot. The question is, do you have that type of whip? If we would only respect each other, if we would only take and use our collective together, we will have that type of whip. So as we move forward in this thing called life, 2020 looks like 2019. Look, 2020 looks like 2019. But as we move forward in this thing called life, we've only been 60 years outside of Jim Crow. No, actually 56 years. No, let me see, 1970, 2000, 49 years, 47 years, 47, whatever, something like that. A little less, probably about 50, 51 years outside of Jim Crow. 51 years outside of Jim Crow, that's not long, people. And you mean to tell me we have not come and been awakened to a particular point to where we say enough is enough? This is my brother. We haven't gotten there yet. Something must be wrong with you. Are you still so dead that you cannot even be able to wake up and realize who you really are? Come on, people. We got to start taking these things that we call masonry and really use them to what they are. See, if I have the same degree as you, that means that I should be able to wield the same power as you. See, if I call myself a grand master, right? Mm-hmm. And he's a grand master, right? Mm-hmm. We should be able to wield the same amount of power. But if you can wield more power than me, and we got the same degree,
somebody been putting in work.
Somebody been putting in work, or somebody hadn't been putting in enough work. And when I say power, I'm talking about making things actually happen, not assume power. Well, you know, I'm running for Grand Master and you should vote for me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about picking up the phone, making a call, and making some things actually occur. See, that's the type of power I'm talking about. And when you're not able to wield that power, but you have the same degree work as your counterpart has, it should tell you something. It should really tell you something. So tonight, the question remains, has Freemasonry lost its way?
Yep.
And if it has lost its way, what is the solution for it getting back on the right road?
We're trying to build the bridges with those who are interested, but there are a lot of them who's not. So everybody don't make it to the gates at the same time. So we take those who are ready, and everybody else you stay behind. I think that there's no one direct way to do it. It's really just about coming together. I don't really care about attending y'all lodge meeting. Just respect me as a man, and then everything else is kind of cool from there.
So the number to call in tonight is 619-985-1184. Once again, I'm going to give you this number. Hold on. I'm going to put it up here in the chat room real quick. That's going to be 619. Chat room.
Man,
5.
they be kicking my videos off, so
4.
I gotta watch what I say.
That's the call in number right there. That's the call in number right there. Anthony said enough is enough, and it is true. But check this out. This brother says too many different Grand Lodges.
You can have 1,000 grand.
Greetings, brother.
Okay, brother Brad.
Brother Sutton, man. I'm just brother Sutton. that way you ain't got to worry about it.
I understand. But I was out obviously coming in for the in regards to the topic of tonight, has Masonry lost its light, and how be gotten back. Masonry could never lose its light.
All right.
The problem is the brothers, or I'm going to say this generally speaking, the brothers in the craft in the order, the sisters in the craft in the order, light has dimmed or went out.
But doesn't that make if you have a house and the light goes out in the room, that affects the house?
It affects the house, and if a member light goes out, it can affect the craft, but the craft itself, it won't die.
So you're saying that the totality of the craft, right?
Yes.
So, but what we're looking at right now, and I'm going to give that to you, the totality of the craft. You're right. But I'm talking about black masonry. I'm talking about modern free international, PHO.
Right.
I'm talking about us black masons. And and it's not just to lump us all in, but I'm talking to us.
Right. I get it. And I would still apply the same statement to us black masons.
Okay.
I would still apply the same statement to us black masons because we all know the horror stories into masonry. I don't want to get into all of that.
Okay.
But because that could be a different show. But we all know the horror stories. We all had our personal experience for those that did have those experiences. And if you didn't, hey, great. But and we can harbor a lot on what the problem is. We all know what the problem is if you're in a crack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the problem is. So why continuously no knock on your show because you do a great show, bro?
But see, here's the thing.
Continuously talk about the negative things? Not saying that it shouldn't be a topic of discussion tonight. I'm not saying that. Don't misunderstand me. But I think a lot of more focus need to be put on how to resolve the problem.
Okay.
That we as black
So
Masons had.
so I'll tell you
solution.
this, and I'll tell you this. That being what you're asking, let's focus on some solutions then. Let's talk about some solutions.
You got to look at the problem before you get to the solution.
Well, we've seen the problem. We have seen the problem. So we all can talk about the problem. There are many. There are several.
Right.
But let's talk about some of the solutions.
I believe. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying you as a Mason in your jurisdiction right now, what would be some of the solutions?
I feel a solution is, well, first of all, let me say this prior to me calling in. You and the deputy, bruh, have already mentioned great solutions, first and foremost. But my personal solution, and this is a general solution that could be used across the board, and it's something I just didn't think of last night, but been thinking about for a while, is to attend a lot of the HBCUs,
Mm-hmm.
and have a sit down with the presidents of the Black Greek fraternities and sororities,
Okay.
and try to put a lodge and a sister chapter on each campus, getting membership. And like Deputy Grant mentioned, they're charging too much. It's not about charging a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the bigger picture. It's about making moves today for generations 7, 8, 9, 10 generations down the line. So what do I mean? By going to a college or a university, HBCU, since we're specifically talking about us,
Right.
what are you doing? You're killing multiple birds with one stone. What do I mean by that? You're getting doctors, you're getting lawyers, you're getting teachers, you're getting physicians, you're getting police officers. You're getting all of those professions across the board, political and non-political.
Mm-hmm.
So you're killing multiple birds with one stone. And then by doing that, now let's bring the money in, because you got to have some money. You can't talk masonry, not talk money.
Understood.
But it can't be focused totally on money.
Correct.
So you're charging, let's just pick a random number. You charge, let's just say, $200 to get in, and that will cover your basics. And then $25 per semester.
Okay.
Times the number of brothers and sisters on that particular campus.
Mm-hmm.
And then multiply that number times the number of campuses across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And then make those brothers and sisters that are not in attendance at a college or university, us elders, pay the same fee. Put it in a account. The money will multiply within 12 months. I guarantee you. Now, what are we going to do with the money? We're going to take care of our elders. We're going to build a grand lodge for all the brothers and sisters to meet at.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take care of our elderly. We're going to take care of our young, educate, help certain ones get into political positions.
Okay.
Create clinics, create daycares, have insurance for memberships for those that are members. Have insurance for them.
Okay.
And that's just off of 1 year of fund. 35 years without touching it, and it grows interest. Now, people always say money is power.
Right.
Now you got some power with education.
Okay.
You got some intelligent brothers and sisters that you just didn't pick up off the street.
All right.
And the reason why I say go to the colleges and the HBCUs is because and go to the Greeks first, fraternity and sororities first, is because they have an understanding from their organization about structure.
Okay.
Power,
So
rules.
I'm going to bring this to your attention. What I've seen is that we bring in, and I say we bring in Greeks, and then they begin to bring some of the things that was done to them into Freemasonry. I have seen it. And that's not how it should be. We should influence them instead of them influencing us. Hold on, I got another call on the line. Go ahead, caller. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Brother Allen. This is my Iron to Wood Bushcraft is my email.
Oh yeah, hold on just a second. Hold on just a second.
Great topic.
Just a second. Brother Johan say.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. I have another brother on the line. There's 3 of you guys on the line, so I wanna let the second brother that just called go ahead and introduce himself real quick.
Yes, my name is Brother Allen, Austin, Texas. And a question I want to ask that inspired me to be a Mason was when I read about Marcus Garvey. As a little boy, as he went through progress in life, and as in my lifetime today, Marcus Garvey had raised so many people's conscience. And publicly, he's the only person, Knight Templar brother, I've seen wear his uniform in public among men. And let's get inspired by what he did and take the banner on what Marcus Garvey did. And I'll leave it at that.
All right.
Marcus Garvey is a great man, but let's not forget about Haile Selassie. You have several great men during that time have done many things in different races. So we just can't pick out one and be like he was great. There were many. There were many revolutionaries.
And I think what he was saying was Marcus Garvey influenced him. Am I understanding that?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
what I read about him,
Okay.
and I see, as I study the beehive and study other symbology of masonry, I put myself into his footsteps in this society and never look at another man and judge him by anything that's not about to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't worry about people's finance of any kind because when I was entered in, that was one of my process.
Mm-hmm.
So don't come in with a mind that you're greater than anybody, that you have more wealth to be influenced by.
Mm-hmm.
We got the great architect that gives everybody an opportunity to build. What we need to do is remember we are the secret. We are the one dealing with the universe. And penetrate our hearts through that.
Mm-hmm.
We got the 2 columns on both sides that remind us every time we go through the columns of the day.
Yeah, I know you never seen that.
We got the sun and the moon that remind us every day.
Uh-huh.
We got it in us to bring the finance to our community. It's us, we are the soldiers now to do it. We don't have to worry about any other race of people with their money status because our lifestyle is different. What we have to do is go to the universe and ask it. If 4 square in a circle, we can ask the elements every day to bring it to us. And it'll bring forth what we need. And we changing every day. Masonry change every day.
Right.
The universe shifts every day. And there's so many aspects of it that we're not tapping into because we are looking at the shadow of other people's lifestyle, out of curiosity. We don't need to be that way.
Okay, so with that being said, Brother Johan said,
Yeah.
go ahead, break it in.
Well, I don't know. It seemed like people were talking about something slightly different than what I was going to talk about. And kind of going to try to address your question of has masonry lost its way?
That is the question for the day. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to try to be brief, and I'm going to try, because I'm going to take a totally different stand with most people. Alright. So we say that masonry is an ancient system, right? Then that means that the ancient system sets the tone for how this thing should function. Right. Right?
Go ahead.
Right. So then if we look at ancient times, right, and how it functions, first, we're going to say the first mistake that happened is creating speculative masons. That's right. Because in ancient times, the initiated men of the society, because we're not going to call it Freemasonry, because back then that's not what it's called. But we understand that it's the system that we're talking about. In ancient times, they actually studied astronomy. They actually studied mathematics. That's right. They actually studied biology. They actually studied the earth. They actually studied the sun, the moon, the stars, the human being. That's right. Right? They actually studied that. And in the work, in the effort of putting in that work in order to understand, because only way you can improve yourself is you have to understand where you come from. Can I say something, brother?
Go ahead.
That's the way I introduce my brothers to masonry. A lot of us forgot the element that's holding us together. They forgot. Sun rises. Right. And this is the thing. So if we want to, and I'm going to say that, because again, we're talking about us, right?
We're talking about us, brother. We're talking about us for sure.
So a part of the issue for Black Masons is that we got to see things for really what they are. Is we receive the masonry from a hard system. And so we're building masonry with philosophical ideology, but not the physical reality that can help us produce that ideology. That's right. It's fluid. And so we got to reevaluate the whole context and idea of how we see masonry. That's right. Are you following? You see, it's like back in the day, right, where we had television, we had to have an antenna, right? Right. And that antenna would receive the signal, and then we would see it on the television. Right. Now, the signal that went out into the air never changed. It was always as powerful as it was. It never changed. But based upon your antenna, that's how you receive that signal. And so we have received the understanding of masonry from a faulty antenna. Can I add something there, brother? Now, speaking like how you're speaking, if we're in our lodge and we are speaking to brothers in the Blue Lodge, those are the elements that we should be tapping into on a conscious base on every brother that travel every day. Yeah. Use your tools. You got your tools. How many how many hours in a day you should measure your time. Whisper that in their ear. Hey, brother, man, you know, take time out for your family. Make sure you get 8 hours of sleep, you know. Hey, brother, do your work, you know. And then the finance will come. Because you give him a reward that blesses him naturally that he can't have no resistance to.
Can I
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Get in.
yes, to respond to what Brother Johansson said, and I agree with every single word he said. I agree with everything he said. But Masonry, we as Black Masons, we need immediate action, not now, because now is too late. We need it yesterday.
So
I agree with that, because what Brother Johansson said, that's going to take a little bit more time than some immediate action. Because I promise you, there are a lot of Masons that are upset. I'm going to feel like this. Because I came into this thing as a man, and I'm going to speak as a man, and I'm going to speak for myself.
Right.
I am pissed off at Masons right now. Not every single one. I'm generally speaking. I'm pissed off. Because I made some phone calls. Hey, let's go downtown and set up a table and register some people to vote. Let's go downtown and peacefully protest. Let's let people know who we are. Because, like you said on one of your previous shows, Brother Hawk, a few weeks ago, if people in your community where your lodge is located at don't know you're there, then you're doing something wrong. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care how much studying of the earth and the stars and the moon, so forth and so on, or disrespect to what Brother Johansson said, that lodge had and the brothers in that lodge had. If the people in the community that's across the street from the lodge don't even know that lodge is there. Brother with Deputy Green there with Hawkins said you got older people in the institution. They holding on to them. They locking on to them. Hello?
yeah, brother Ray Edwards, hold on, okay?
I'm doing, brother, okay?
You're on live right now, so just hold on just a second.
All right, I won't do no cussing then.
They need to come out of those seats and pass us the tongue.
Brother, I do understand your frustration, and because we feel the same pain you feel, and I guarantee what Brother Hawkins is talking about. I've been listening to Brother Hawkins, and you have just been bringing it to the forelight again. We all are upset, but this is how we can counter that in some sense. If we're not too powerful to go downtown, and brothers don't want to go, have to pull them by the table toe and say, brother, look, do me a favor. You're struggling financially, okay? How about we send a photo out saying, this is my dollar bill on my calendar. At the end of the week, end of the month, you have to get to where it needs to go. I challenge all my brothers in my lodge. Put $1 on that calendar for each day for somebody special. At the end of the 30 days, you got $30 that you never had that you challenge to commit to somebody.
That's right.
That's how I started small.
I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this real quick. Brother Ray Edwards, go ahead. Tune in.
I'm here.
So tonight, just so light lost its way.
Okay.
Why isn't Freemasonry being more outspoken than what we are? In so many words, why is the membership, or why those in the memberships of Freemasonry are leaving?
Because everybody's making money.
There you go. Flat out.
And they ain't been taught nothing.
That's why when I called you that time when we were talking about the Grandmasters Alliance that I'm building, we build an alliance at Grand Lodges, bro, that I don't care what Congress you belong to, I don't care whether if you got a Grand Lodge, a legitimate Grand Lodge, and I'm not talking about no irregular regulars, so I'm putting them on the phone right now.
But if you got a legitimate Grand Lodge and, you know, you're willing to work with people, we can do things together, and it's not going to cost you no money. I'm tired of paying people money. You got these dudes get these hotel rooms, two-story suites at the expense of the membership because they the president general of this Congress, they the most exclusive, they the most imperial potentate, all this other stuff, man. Come on, bro. Get your job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Brother Johanse.
See, can I elaborate on that, Tony Hawkins?
Go ahead, bro.
The way this thing is going to work is, now let's say you're in California, right?
Right.
You're in the Supreme Council. I'm in New Jersey, part of the Supreme Council. So, when the cyber commanders all organized at the front of the room, the grandmasters up there, the most proof. Every spruce sits on the council, and their job is to come with you.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
So there's certain dudes I'm never going to mess with on them. Sorry, because they just left a stain on masonry, bro.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, it's not open to everybody. Because you know what? Like the dude, it was funny how a situation came up. I just left a Dre Jones session in Houston. I'm driving back to New Jersey now.
All right.
And one brother screenshotted something and sent it to somebody else that wasn't there. Like, when is this stuff going to stop?
Wow.
Why are you there sending stuff to somebody else?
Wow.
It's just it ain't right, it ain't cool, it's corny, bro. It's outside of manhood. That's why there's no masonry, because they ain't men. Like all the dudes that say I don't like them, I don't like it because they ain't coward. Everything you do is you do it in a cowardly fashion. You want to say, oh, you want to prove this is what you are? Okay, stand in the room and prove it. Stand toe-to-toe with me and tell me I'm wrong. Let me show you where you're wrong. All you doing is ripping money. Everybody I don't like, I visit them before they ever visit, or maybe sometimes several occasions.
Right.
And I've had firsthand interactions.
Can I say something to that, brother? I agree with you 100%. Have you ever grabbed a pile of sand in your hand and pick it up and turn it over and you try to hold much of that sand and all remain with just a few pebbles in your hand?
Yeah.
That's where we at today, brother. The one that you hold on to is the one right there that makes a difference.
But you know the problem is, bro,
I feel you, man. I feel you.
We're not supposed to be trying to hold on to them. They're supposed to be trying to hold on to us.
That's right.
There's too much energy trying to make men be masons.
Right.
You can't make them be a mason. If you don't want to be a mason, like the guy said, oh, you don't come to me, blah, 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 you're going to get fined. All you're going to do is lose them.
Yeah.
And you know one problem I have with that? I noticed a lot of brothers who come into the lodge. They come for curiosity and status. And that bothers me a lot because it pulls us back down to the ground floor again, trying to re-educate and remind these brothers the oath that you take, the commitment that you take. Let's reason on this for a minute. Come on, brother. You don't tell me something about a brother across the street and then a couple of days later we together socializing. And not clear your conscience with what you told me with that brother. What I talk to you about should stay with me and you. And we should try to diffuse it in a positive way to help each other around.
I want to send Brother Taylor a big shout out. Brother Taylor, I want to say thank you for your contribution, Brother Taylor. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Go ahead. Brother Johanse.
Yeah.
You had, some time ago, we talked about some things that you was working on. And it was dealing with Dr. Clark, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
Dr. Big.
Yes. Have you proceeded to go further with that? Brother Yancey? I guess I lost him. I guess I lost him. So
No, you didn't. I was walking outside. We all going. I didn't want to hear the wheels roll, so I was talking. So while you were talking, I didn't want to kick. But yeah, I'm still working on it, and I'm trying to see if I can I've always heard talk about is that, masonry talks about now. I have been down.
Beyonce, are you walking?
You got an echo.
If you did, can you get in the background? Okay, let me do that.
You might not have a speakerphone.
But, so I've been to Africa several times, and I'm always studying the mystic science of Africa and all different types of cultures and traditions. And I'm like, if we're saying that this comes from Africa, if we're saying that it comes from Africa, then why don't we create a society using the mystic science that actually comes out of Africa?
Because everybody's not ready for it.
Right.
But it ain't. But the thing is, this is not going to be for everybody.
Right.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question. So before y'all respond, really think about what I said. All right. We said we have a problem within Masonry, which is kind of widespread. And we always talk about what we should be teaching within the lodge, quote unquote. Yet, not only are we not teaching it within the lodge, we're not teaching none of the quote unquote mystery to our own family members because they're saying they're not a part of. And we should, just like the brother said, if you look at Kemetic science, you're supposed to be doing algebra and trigonometry probably about 5 or 6 years old. So what I'm saying is, if we're not teaching in the lodge, at what point do we teach our kids, our cousins, our nieces and nephews some of the mystic science that we consider to be only taught in the lodge? Before you answer that question, because I know many people that are not Masons from different sectors, but they understand everything that's going on. So people are knowledge; they have knowledge of the craft per se, the Kemetic science, and they're not part of the order. So do you not teach them? Because all of this is part of the problem. What we're saying is we're not teaching it to the lodge, but we're not teaching to our kids, family members, friends, or anyone who has the knowledge.
And that's what I was saying in the beginning about having this knowledge. What do you do with this light since you are a light carrier? If all you ever going to do with your Masonic light is just flashing when you go to a party, it does nobody any good. This is the very thing that Brother Johanse was saying in regards to what he's trying to develop. That's the very thing that my Deputy Grandmaster Eric Sutton's been saying. That's the very same thing that we're all saying, is that we have this light. The process is how do we take it and make it manifest itself not only amongst us, but other people.
You got to start at home first. We got to teach our kids first. We got to stop saying, oh, you're not a Mason.
Can I say something, Tony?
You know?
Go ahead, Ray.
When it comes to a lot of the different Egyptian understandings, you got to understand all of those people were initiated and adopted. Like, when we start talking about receiving degrees from the Memphis Mizraim, you got guys getting degrees from 30, they starting at the 4th degree in traditional masonry, and then all of a sudden they get a degree in the 43rd and the 90th and the 95th from individuals that don't know anything about this.
Right.
That's been my fight for a long time, because there's certain steps. Every step up that ladder is preparing you to deal with something else different in your life, whether you know it or not.
I agree.
So now, if you're not teaching, if you're telling somebody, just like you tell a guy right now, he went from the secret master to the sublime prince in 2 days. No, in 4 hours. Because that's what some of these people are doing. So how can you learn the lessons in the Lodge of Perfection and apply them to your life or make them applicable if you don't really know what they are?
Right.
So in the same thing with the brother saying, yeah, we should be teaching this, but brother, I own an HVAC company. You can't come to work for me unless you know how to get your hands dirty first.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the problem with some of these guys, these kids, whatever. They want to come in masonry, and all they want to do is come in and put the emblem on, but that's because that's what they see the older dudes doing.
Right. So you're saying, the responsibility falls on the shoulders of those already in position that's supposed to enlighten those behind them.
Exactly.
Well,
That's the
But
problem.
no, they still have to be initiated. Like the people that worked under King Solomon's temple, they had to be initiated. They had to get purified before they worked under it.
And that's the first initial problem. That's the first initial problem. They have to have a fine-tuned comb ran through them.
Can I say something? Can I ask?
If there's a lot of background noise,
Somebody got to mute their phone.
somebody got to mute a phone somewhere. There's a lot of background noise.
There you go.
All right, go ahead. Who's up talking?
Can I say something?
Go for
This
it.
is Brother Yahweh. This is what we're talking about is real important, and for us to understand, because it is going to be our understanding of these flaws that is going to help us reshape and redevelop Masonry into being what it's supposed to be. And we have to really look at, if we talk about Masonry as an ancient system, then we really have to look at how the ancient system applied these sciences to elevate these men to these levels of consciousness that we're all talking about. And the first thing that the brother is saying is correct. All of these men were initiated, but their initiation lasted a very long time. Like, I remember when I was in college, and I was only a third degree at that time, which I thought I was on, and I was it, but, you know, and I was walking around and he was being initiated into a Masonic lodge there. And I remember the average time in college is 5 years. So within a 5-year period, he goes from being a master mason to a 32nd degree and shrine. And I was like, how is that possible? You're not even 30 yet.
Shit, I ain't coming soon.
So how do you go from the third degree to the highest position in the organization and you haven't even broken 30 years of age? See, now when we look at the ancient system, there is no way you're going to get a 30-something-year-old man at the highest position in those initiatory rites. Because they weren't just based on you being initiated and remembering rituals. They were also based on you going through some real trials and tribulations in life. And learning from those trials and tribulations and moving up and taking the lessons and moving up and becoming higher. So when we start talking about these flaws and how do we correct them and how do we be able to become those men that we philosophically talk about, we have to look at how the ancient system actually did it. The best way for us to understand it at a simple level is you take religion and the educational system and you put it together.
I wanna play devil's advocate with you for a second. I'm just playing devil's advocate. In my world, we can't complain about a brother being a particular age and earning a certain degree when we have our kids going to a white education system. It took them 12 years. That's completing college with doctor's degrees. So just because a brother 25 doesn't mean he don't have the knowledge to be mature, because it's phases of life. Masonry ain't nothing but phases of life that you go through. You mature. Every step has a phase. So you can't say, oh, this guy's 25 years old and he shouldn't be. If that's the case, then that 17-year-old.
Well, we can look at all like that, right? Because it's not all, because maturity comes through experience. Like, let me just give you an example with 17-year-old geniuses and things like that. When I was in Tuskegee, there was a 15-year-old brother that was there. And The problem that he was having is he was isolated. Nobody socialized with him. Now, in class, he was brilliant. But outside of class, no one socialized with him. Because he was 15. And that becomes a problem. You may have some development in science and all of that, but that 15-year-old did not have wisdom. And he did not have wisdom because he didn't live long enough.
Well, remember, it's up to every man. Each one teach one. So whose fault is it that no one taught him outside the classroom? See, we saying that he's 15, maybe shouldn't be there, but you got elder members that's there that should be helping him along the way.
Right, we can always look at that. You have to look at it like in the context of parenting. There's just certain things that we deal with our children, and we deal with them that way because they just haven't lived long enough to understand certain things.
Well,
and it's not until they get to a certain age that the knowledge that you was teaching them at 10, 11, 12, and 13 that they then start to understand. Be like, oh, this is why my parents were telling me this. And that is the way the system works. That is the way the system works.
But our system also has certain rules. You have to be of a certain age to be even a member of the organization, of the craft. And when one reaches that age and they are initiated into the craft, according to your degree or degrees, you're granted certain privileges. And
Can I say something?
To go from one degree, yeah.
Okay.
They yield the floor to you, Brother Ray.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Ray Edwards, go ahead.
One thing I have to say, where we at is where we at. Now, the question of the day is very, very huge in everybody's jurisdiction. It's a problem in everybody's law. The way how we can start to mend this thing here is have a council that send out a note to every master mason, African Americans, blacks, wherever you are, and let them understand we are not trying to be like any other white mason or anything. Their world is their world. Our world is functional on dysfunctional issues that we are dealing with every day in our community. So some of the problem is people rush to get under this banner of masonry, but they don't exercise the reward what it can do in a way to help others. So we have a conflict of fashion shows. So we need to send out across the board, have a grand session, some shape or form, to invite blacks, Masons, and do not discriminate. Well, I'm a PhD or I'm a master this and that.
Look, I'm gonna call a timeout real quick, and the reason I'm gonna call that timeout is because right now what you're saying sounds good. It's a good ploy. It sounds real good. Reality says that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen because some of us are so hell bent. And I'm not talking about as a jurisdiction. I'm talking about as in leadership in the various jurisdictions. Some of them are so hell bent on what other people may think of them that they're not going to participate. So I'm not saying you can't keep hope alive. I'm just saying you have to deal with what's before you. And like Grandmaster Phillips from PHA told me a long time ago, you can't turn the Titanic around. And you just can't turn it. It's going to take some time for it to turn.
Right.
And so, but right now.
Can I speak to?
Say what?
Can I speak?
Who is that, Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Brother Ray. Go ahead.
You know, I'm listening to what the brother said, but being for real, how could you tell somebody to not practice all black masons, but we're practicing white masonry? So wait a minute. So my point is this. You're saying, like, when they said about the kid being initiated or being brought into the lodge at a certain age, That's because white masonry says that.
Teach, Raymond.
Everything we do,
Teach.
everything we do is about, white masonry, the Scottish Rite,
That's
the York Rite, the Egyptian Rite. Which one sounds like ours?
That's the point.
Teach, Raymond Edwards.
That's the point I was going to make until I was cut off. That's the point I was going to make.
Eric,
My point is, in the positions that I have right now, I'm the National Grand Master for the Ancient Freemasonry Rite dual jurisdiction. And that form of masonry is like an original form that really teaches the true essence of Freemasonry, or what we were supposed to be about. Right. I hear the guys from Prince Hall, this ain't the other. Bro, listen, I don't even argue with them no more, and I'm telling you all, I just curse them out, because I don't have time.
And the thing about it is, we got to understand one thing. We as black people in general, we, like you said, we cannot look and see what they doing, because we always get an illusion from a sidekick, and they're still moving forward. So we got to say, look, let's polish our shoes up, and let's turn this thing around by loving on our brothers first, from every jurisdiction, wherever.
Yeah, but how do you do that if you continue to practice white masonry? Y'all go out here, we're Knights Templars, these shiny suits and buckles and hats, and that's Confederate masonry.
The brother says, what we have to do is we got to go to Africa. We got to go back to the Caribbean. We got to get these brothers in who are actually master masons and invite them to a council and understand that we are the secret masonry. We are the universe dwellers in this community here. We love it on every side.
Masonry went so far back in Egypt, because that's where it came from. Everything came from Alexandria.
That's right.
Okay? So now, if all that, the Master Mason stuff doesn't matter if we're still practicing masonry. Like, if we're not practicing the first 32 degrees from the Egyptian standpoint, what are you doing? Like, okay, at least try to take the two and compare. Why did they do this to get this degree? Why did they do that? And that's I can't even really understand it.
Hey, let me throw something in real quick. One of the things I think that we should stop doing is talking about masonry, or what we're doing and not doing in masonry. Because at the end of the day, it's really about you making a decision as a man or a woman to better your life. And if that's not what you're doing, it doesn't matter how long you're in the order. It's not going to work for you. Some people just don't know how to think. Some people just don't get it. And this thing is all about progression in your life. And if you're able to help someone else, you can. So it doesn't matter if like he said, if it's white mason or green mason, we have to at some point understand that some people don't know how to think. Some people don't know how to be humble. And these are so let's forget about all the 32 degrees per se, and let's look at each degree and say, I'm supposed to learn in the first degree, or the second degree, and the third degree. And if they're not getting that, then you're dealing with people who's not helping themselves. And that's where it comes from.
That's a fair statement.
Because I know for a fact, all the elder masons that I know, they are very humble, and they got a little taste of change. They got $1 to go out and buy a soda. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they've tapped into something that the younger masons haven't. Because I said, Hawkins, why you always say? Son always said, I never say I don't have. So I had to understand their way of thinking. Sometimes we as people got to be taught how to think. It's outside of masonry. Masonry is about thinking. Remember, you got 4 chords in a square, right?
Right.
Your heart, your action, the way you think, the way you love. So if you're playing spades, clubs, diamond, hearts, it's the same stuff. If you don't have the 4 directions or the four fundamental elements, you're done as a man, you're done as a mason, and it doesn't even matter. We have to get back to teaching people how to think for themselves.
And that goes.
How do you teach them? What method are you going to teach them with? Are you going to teach them to be humble by initiating them through Knights Templars? Are you going to teach them to be humble by talking about Jean-Claude de Molay? Are you going to teach them to be humble? So what your allegories are, what your symbols are, and the method and the way in which you teach affects how people think and how people perceive the world. And what he's saying is if we want to deal with this concept of us being African American Masons and coming together as African American Masons, then we are going to have to change the paradigm shift on how we teach. Because if we still are talking about Knights Templars, if we're still talking about the Knights of Malta, if we're still talking about Count Dumoulin, and we're still talking about those things, those are still European conceptual framework.
Yeah.
Freemasonry expresses itself through a European cultural paradigm.
Brother Johan, can I say it like this? Because sometimes, and I agree with everything you're saying, but sometimes you got to put it where the goats can get it.
If you're not talking, can you mute your phone because there's some background?
Sometimes you gotta put it where the goats can get it. I agree with what you just said and everything with Grandmaster Ray said. There's a lot of people, a lot of brothers in the masonry that don't know shit.
I agree.
Put it where the goats can get it. Let's stop pushing with this thing here. A lot of us don't know shit, but they constantly go from one degree to the next, like brother said. In 4 hours, they 32nd degree. That don't make no damn sense. But they don't even know how to set up a dang on lodge.
Right?
Yeah.
You learn that in your first degree. You come to me, your first degree, you don't get nothing until you learn how to set up a lodge.
Right.
You ain't gonna even learn the name of the seats. Learn how to set it up. So if you're not duty and well qualified, what the hell are you doing going to the 2nd degree? We can stop putting around with this shit here. Excuse my French.
Right.
Put it with a ghost in there. All that philosophical talking, that's good, that's great. I get it. But something gotta happen, like I said yesterday. It's all these riots and everything that's going on, the peaceful one. And even with some of the burning, I get it. I understand it. But it's pretty much all young folks. They out there that
is not being heard. The sensitivity of the universe is right there helping women. And by the time you look at that light, you can't see your spiritual life because you worrying about how much cash you can put in your pocket. Let me tell you, what I learned about a master mason back in them days, they came from all walks of life. None didn't have, some had. But we got to remember, once we entered that lodge the first time and was told to strip down, it represents something that feels to my heart that if I see a doctor in front of me,
there you go.
It doesn't bother me about he's a surgeon making 6 figures, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he comes after me and comes to my chamber, or he comes to sit in my seat or wherever he's at, he got to humble himself on that first, that EA, that fellow craft.
That's that old school teaching right there.
And we stay right there. We stay right there. And I told him, hey, man.
Mortality in all our jury.
Yeah.
Enter in the same way that we come into the world.
That's right. And if we acknowledge that to the youngsters, they pick up on it. These youngsters, you listen to their music, they're crying out for it because they're tapping in, but there's nobody showing them. You know what I'm saying?
Or you can't speak their language.
But right. You also have to understand that when you get some of these young cats to come in, when they start Googling stuff and they start seeing the association with what they're being taught with white people, they rebel against it.
That's right. Look at one thing.
The whole thing is when just like I just said a minute ago, you're not understanding. But just like using the scenario with the Knights Templars, why were they killed?
Brother.
Because there was money and they were black.
That's right. Let me tell you something.
The same thing happens with the kids. They're not going to get it because whenever you tell a young kid between the age of 18 and 25 something, they Googling it. And all they're going to find out is what the first 2 or 3 things on Google say. They're not going to read deep because they've never been taught to read the way they're supposed to.
And that's where we have to penetrate them with the universe. Let me tell you, these brothers out there say they're taking a knee. What knee are they falling on? What is the first thing you fall on when you were in the lodge? The universe is our lodge, man. It's out there Anywhere you go, you can do anything on masonry all through the world. So
Wait.
the good things that we see from what's been designed to help us to go through traffic lights, whatever we do, we see the fundamental of the universe working in our favor. And if everybody's taking a knee. When you take that knee, they strap down and drop everything. Say, man, I'm surrendering to something here, man. Stop. You heard it.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this because I've been kind of quiet. And that's from, I was reading a post by Franklin Thurman. He said, when you guys are truly ready, let me know. He was strictly saying that we have to decide to throw away our titles for a true greatness, which I agree with that. You do have to throw away some stuff to have true greatness. I have no qualms with that. But I would say this. When the leaderships of these various Grand Lodges across the United States, particularly black, that's inclusive of all your black Grand Lodges. If, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give PHA some credit, and I know some people are going to kick me in the ass in a minute, but I'm going to give them some credit. I'm going to say this in regards to them. If their Grand Masters, if their Grand Master had the kahungas and balls enough to send out and to reach out to various other Grand Lodges, and they know who they are, to say, let's come together on this issue, it would change everything. But they don't have the balls enough to do it. And that is one of the problems that we have. The solution to the problem is if they had the balls enough to do it. But they don't. That's the
The
truth.
Prince Hall Grand Master only sits in term for 1 year. They're never going to, none of them are ever going to be the one that's going to stick their neck out for their
Problem solution is just like you and I and the many other ancient free and accepted Masons Grand Lodges that we both know who decided to say, let's do this, is to say, look, this thing that is happening around us affects all of us. It is best that we come together with like-minded people to find this solution that's going to help us. Until we do that, nothing is going to change on one side, but it's going to change on the other side because there are some who wants this to happen. All I'm saying is for Prince Hall, because they do carry a name. Let's just be honest. And I'm going to be honest, they carry a name, and it's not to disrespect them, but their leadership don't have the balls that we have.
And you'll remember sometimes act like
That's
little girls.
what you're saying, Brother Tony. It's a selfish move on their behalf. Don't want to do that because they comfort with their finance that they get. But as a whole spectrum across the universe here, in every continent, there's a brother who is eligible to be a Master Mason. Financially, that will roll because we'll multiply. If they open their eyes and see, let's merge together with this thing. Let's bring this thing more closer instead of fighting these issues of privilege of, well, I've been here first, well, I'm this and that. And throw those negative things away because we are wounded no matter what.
I like that. We're wounded no matter what. You're damn right we are.
No matter what. We in the West, we face the East every morning when we wake up. The sun rises in front of us. We're sitting in the Western Hemisphere. It's for a purpose we are here for as black men. We are the secret to this thing. Nothing moves until we move.
Hey, black man.
Any invention that came across the universe, it was ordained to us.
Hey, brother, you just said we're in the Western Hemisphere. I want you to check out a map called St. Peter's map, projection map. When you check it out, you get back with Brother Hawkins and you tell him whether or not you're still in the Western Hemisphere, all right?
All right, I got to look into that.
Please do. Please do. Because you're not in the Western Hemisphere.
It's called the St. Peter's map.
You're not in the Western Hemisphere.
I apologize by that. Because
It's okay.
No, it's all right. It's all right. But
like I said, I'm wounded, man. I'm wounded.
But as we were saying.
And what's been enlightening me is listening to y'all come on here and giving y'all input in and making me understand. And Brother Hawkins has been there guiding me through this trip because I realized my knowledge just don't come from inside the lodge. It's in the universe. And I reach out to y'all through to listening because I love you because you're a master mason and you put that, you tried and you always been never denied, and you come back every week. Every brother's coming in trying to bring an issue to the table like in a beehive.
Well,
and we need to activate that more, because
well,
when we talk about it, it's gonna come.
Well, I would say this, like Brother Raymond Edwards has said, like Brother Johannes has said, we all have come up with great solutions. But when everybody don't want to play on the same team, when everybody don't want to play together, you're going to have a little chaos. But out of chaos comes order. And that's why,
right.
once again, Brother Raymond Edwards, and I commend him on the pushing of Grand Lodge's Alliance, and it has nothing to do with money, that we have this communication piece.
Right.
That's the uniqueness of that push, that effort that we'll develop right now. It's in motion right now. But the process is that everybody, all hands on deck, not some hands, but all hands. We have young people out there who really want to understand this thing we call Freemasonry. They do. The process is that a lot of us can't teach them because we're not equipped. I can't talk to you right now, bro. I can't talk to you right now. You ain't ready for that. What the fuck is that? Excuse my language. What's that?
And just think with what they're doing right now with all this protesting going on, not just here in the United States, but across the world, if they get the knowledge or the enlightenment that we have.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about right there.
That they have currently now. Every one of us that's on this call, on this platform right now, can kick their feet up because they did their work and train them, taught them to get out there.
That's right.
So we can just kick our feet up and do some more studying and continue to pass it down. Because when we in that ground dead and gone, what good is it?
It's good for nothing. When we dead and gone, it's good for nothing.
All that knowledge and enlightenment just got you there.
Well, you can raise me. You can raise me up and get the password from me.
So what Grandmaster Edwards is doing and Hawkins is doing with the Grandmaster Alliance, I honestly believe, even though I had an idea, my idea was different from what they're currently actually doing, I believe and feel, I'm going to say I believe, because believe is you're not really sure.
Yeah.
I feel that what they are doing is the correct first step. And any other ideas, bring it to the table, brainstorm on it. And my idea may not be the second idea put in action. Mine might be the 5th or the 25th.
Right.
But if someone else's idea is better than mine and it's what's needed at that time, practice the first thing that you was taught when you came into the craft. And wait.
Absolutely.
And in your waiting, grab your tool bag and go up there and help those who had a better idea than yours, because you might just need their help when it comes to your turn. Amen. So true.
I wanna say something real quick. Vincent Gilmore, he said as long as the passwords, something about as long as the password signs and grips are the same, you should be able to talk to anyone about the degree without consequences. You got to understand, as Brother Raymond said, let's stop talking about white boy Mason. Stop saying degrees. It's really about life, morality, understanding your life. If I hit Brother Tony, guess what happened? He gonna slap the fuck out of me. If I steal from Brother Hawkins, I can't come back to his house. This has nothing to do with Knights Templar, Eastern Star, whatever the case may be. This has something to do with you as a man or woman learning how to live your damn life.
That's right.
This ain't got nothing to do with Knights Templar.
Put it where it goes.
So let's get off the Knights Templar, get off the Master Masons, and let's just say, as a man, has this dude or this female, physically, mentally, are they really ready? Are they progressing in their life? And if not, what can we do? Because the Knights Templar ain't gonna help you unless you understand the esoteric part of it. I mean, if you want to talk about Knights Templar, then why you praying to Jesus when they protecting the female deity? Right. See, we put too many things into this thing, and it's not about masonry. Masonry is whatever y'all call it, but this shit ain't nothing but a way of life. This is what it is, gentlemen. Let's take masonry out. It's a way of life, and each year you progress in your age. You're supposed to learn different things in your life. You're initiated every birthday.
That's right.
Down here, we get initiated. Y'all got initiated on the physical level. Some of my degrees, I got initiated when I was asleep. So there's a different ball game between me and y'all. Whole different ball game. It ain't got shit to do with Knights Templar. I was initiated as a 19th degree and a 14th degree in my sleep because I remember it. But y'all don't know that because you still talking about Knights Templar. I stopped at second degree and studied the 4 points of the circle. That's all I had to do. So at some point, you got to take that book and say, how can I use this book as my roadmap to get from California to Raymond Edwards' house? Take out the different degrees and just say, the first degree, I got to learn to be humble. The second degree is respect. The third degree, fourth degree, on and on and on. So until you get that, you get nothing. You're still talking about titles. Each degree, there's a lesson learned.
Right.
So,
And you know, brother, speaking of that, for a while, I never put my emblem on. And once I put my emblem on my vehicle, and I was approached by a few good men, they understand what they look more closer to me. You see what I'm saying? All this rioting stuff going on, they got more closer to me because I carry myself accordingly. I review everything I learned as a telegraph, as an EA, and I used those little simple notes that was given to me when I started out, and I used them according to my surrounding in the universe where I live, and people are gravitating towards that. So
that's your energy. That's not masonry. That's your energy. That's your aura. That you listen. The sun is the atom. The earth is a nucleus and all that type of stuff. You are the atom, bro. You draw things to you. The people that you see now that you're attracted to, you had them billions of years ago. You attracting these people. It has nothing to do with masonry. It's your personal life. It's your spirit that attracts these people. It's the way you were born and raised. What you were taught.
Right.
I'm going to say this. Hold on just for a second. There's a gentleman. His name is Corliss Cox Luso TV. I hope they ain't messed that up too bad.
He got too many names, man.
He said that I'm 23 and willing and always get turned down. I'm a father, a photographer. I shoot music videos, still young, and people not the same. Some of us are late 90s, wants better in life. Well, I tell you what, my brother.
Call us.
Give me a call.
Call us.
My number is 619-985-1184. Let me see, can I introduce you? I want
I'm so blessed to hear that because, you know, brother, in my neighborhood, they see me as a gentleman that can be trusted with a conversation or a behavior pattern. When I go to the parking lot or anything, like the young boys acting up, they change the way how they make their move when they see me. And to that enlightenment, I always encourage and focus, you know, sixth temple of the universe. Because one brother told me, says, once you told me about the sun and the moon and the days and all that, I said, hey, brother, he said, no one ever taught him that. And he said, well, teenager. I said, brother, that's the first start. Understanding that sun beat down on you for a reason, in a positive way. Understand when you go lay down in your bed at night and you got your bed structured a certain way, you're going to feel much better when you wake up. Understand when you don't disrespect women when you're talking to them. The things, the simple things that I felt myself becoming more of a preacher in the community. I'm not a preacher, but I use that analogy. But
right.
It's more like a lawyer aspect because I had to go to some courts to help some brothers because they asked me, can you help me? Why are you so different? Why you got that on your car? I said, brother, I'm holding this banner up here because it shows my reflection when I'm around people to don't disrespect people. Don't show that you're arrogant. Carry the mode of kindness with you, and you're going to move forward. That's masonry, brother.
Well, I'm going to say this. We've been on here for 1 hour and 39 minutes and 35 seconds.
Damn.
That's how long we've been on here. We've talked about the issues, and we've even talked about the solutions. So we have to go back to our various jurisdictions and lodges to make sure that the light is not dim and it should be bright. Tell your brothers and tell your sisters to take their light from up under the damn bed and place it up high so everybody can see it. So when you walk into a room, people will absolutely know that you're about your business. So with that being said, Is everybody still online? Raymond, you still online? Johansson, you still online? Bailey, you still online?
My name is Brother Allen. If y'all got
Okay, Brother Allen. So here's what I'm going to do. Brother Allen, I'm going to start with you first. Brother Bailey, you're next. The last person to go is Brother Raymond Edwards, if he's still on. And we're going to close the show right now. So Brother Bailey, Brother Allen, go right ahead with a closeout statement.
Once again, we got to keep our head up and understand this is trial and time. Everybody's wounded right now. But always remember, the universe is on large. And we're on display every day in front of everybody. The way we carry ourselves. Carry yourself accordingly. And don't forget them small rituals and understanding and those commitments we made as a fellow craft and an EA, because it molded me to who I am today as a master mason. I always fall back on my beginning teacher's lesson that I learned. And brother, listening to y'all tonight, I've been listening. Y'all inspire me. And this thing is going to move forward because everybody's wounded. And we are the light now that we have to step out there with faith, courage, and use those 15 steps every day to enlighten somebody who's going through some struggle. Because it's not the money issue. It's the steps that they don't know in life. They don't have to know what we're telling them from an educational function as a master mason, but practice it in front of them and they're going to adapt to it. And then you can welcome into the house.
I appreciate that. Next, who's up next? Is Brother Bailey? Brother Johansson? Ray Elwood?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, go ahead. Brother, did I get your name? Is that Brother Allen?
Yeah, I'm Brother Allen.
Okay, well, who's the brother finna talk right now?
Brother Johansson.
Oh, Brother Johansson, go right ahead, sir.
Okay. Yes. My thing is I'm saying that let's understand that we see that masonry means to be overhauled for African Americans. And with that understanding, let's try to use our knowledge, our common sense, and try a new way in which we approach masonry. Because the way we have received it is flawed. And so let's try a new way.
You can do that shit.
That's basically, that's my statement.
All right. Who's up next? Anybody else online before I disconnect?
Hey, to the first brother. I want to agree with you, but I want to play devil's advocate again. Your lodge is not the universe. You are your universe. You just shorten your lodge. You shorten your universe. The lodge is where you come in and you explain to the brothers what's going on since they've last seen you. That's where you gain some of your directions. But you yourself and your mind, that's your universe. Please understand that.
Right. Yes. Thank you.
No problem.
Brother Rayo, was you still on? Ray.
He probably hit
He probably hit mute or gone somewhere, but we're gonna go ahead and log off for the night. We've been on here a pretty long time, and I wanted Ray Elvis to have a last and final word here also. But look, brothers, we know the solution. Let's not act like we don't. We know the solution, so let's begin to work with that. And to all the brothers of the craft, sisters of the Order of the Eastern Star, please. Your colors and points really mean something. So look, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I appreciate everybody. And whatever you do, wherever you go, as always, keep your light on. And please, for God's sake, stay out them damn bushes. I'm out.
One more thing. It's not Order of the Eastern Star. It's Order of the Western Star.
Oh, I'm done with
That's
him.
for the next topic. Deuces.
I'm out. Later.